welcome back to another episode of Fun Friday Ideas with me, Susan, your speech language pathologist. For today's Fun Friday activity, I want to talk about Skip-Bo. This is a fun game for ages 7 and up that really starts working on some number recognition, some great math skills in there. I really like how this game takes Uno up a level a little bit. What you do with this game that's different than Uno is you have multiple piles that you have to keep track of and pay attention to. And you want to get each pile up to 12. The object of the game is to discard all of the cards that you have in your stockpile and, again, to make those building piles up to 12. It can be a little tricky at first to learn how to play, not gonna lie. But again, it's for ages 7 and up, so with some practice, I'm sure you will grab it and understand it. If your kids aren't quite ready for this level of game, start them first with games like Go Fish and Old Maid, War. Get them used to the concept of a card game. After that, play games like Uno, where we start getting into the matching and the turn taking and the different types of cards like the skip card and the reverse card and the wild cards that throw different rules into the game. After Uno is when I recommend playing Skip-Bo. After we've mastered Uno and we're rocking that game, go ahead and take it up a notch to Skip-Bo. The colors in Skip-Bo don't mean anything, so we don't have to worry about matching colors. We just have to worry about sequencing those numbers from 1 to 12, which is a great way to work on, again, sequencing the numbers 1 to 12, working on the concept of greater than and less than, higher than and lower numbers. It's also a great way, you have to have 5 cards in your hand. So at the start of each turn, you have to draw from the draw deck until you have 5 cards in your hand again. Some great, simple, quick addition that you have to do right there. You can talk through the game as you're playing, which is also going to work on those concepts of higher and lower, greater than and less than, which number is bigger than this number, which number is smaller than that number. Another thing that I like about this game is that, again, there's a lot of piles that you have to pay attention to, and a lot of things, and a lot of there's even some strategy in there as well that you have to think about in the back of your mind. And it gives your children an opportunity to use some critical thinking. And also, if they're not understanding the rules of the game, it's giving them an opportunity to ask you for help. There's no reason why you can't help them with the game while they're learning and show the cards that are in each other's hands, which you normally would want to keep hidden, but show those cards. I'm also going to post a little instruction guide, so that way to make it easier to pair it with the video modeling that I'm about to show you as well for how to play Skip-Bo. All right, well, speaking of video modeling, let's get started with that. Here we go. All right, so I went ahead and already put down a 1 card for us to get us started with one of the build piles. I'm going to go ahead and deal out 10 cards to each player, so that we will have a quick game. It's a great way to think about time management. How much time do we have left? Do we have time to play with 10 cards, or should we stick with 20, 30, full game? All right, there we go. We each have our deck, and that's our stockpile. Object of the game is to get rid of the stockpile. Go ahead and flip over the first card on each stockpile. Now that it's my turn, I'm going to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's see what I can do, what cards I can play. I can play a card from my stockpile, and then there would be cards from the discards, but we don't have any discard piles just yet. We have a number 1 to start the build pile, and I have a number 2 in my hand, so I'll go ahead and put the number 2 down. And I have a Skip-Bo, which is a wild. Can be any card I want, so it's going to be a 3 now. And look at that, I have another number 1. We'll put that there. And now I can play the number 2 off my stockpile. Go ahead and flip over this stockpile. Nope, can't play that 5. I'll go ahead and end my turn by putting one card down from my hand. That marks the end of my turn, and it starts one discard pile. All right, player 2, you're going to pick up 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, well, let's see what we got here. Doesn't look like we can go. Nothing in our hand. Nothing from the stockpile. Go ahead and put a card down to discard. All right, it's my turn again. Also great for working on skip numbers here because we need to think about what number we need to go next. In order to play that 5, for example, we're going to have to put a 4 on top of the 3. So there we are working with skips. All right, so, but I didn't get a 4 and I didn't get a 3. So gonna have to mark the end of my turn as well. I'll put an 8 down there because look, I have a 7 and an 8. Check out that. That'll be great for later. All right, draw a 2. Still can't go. No. All right, so nothing there. We'll go ahead and put that 2 on top of the 2. Might as well. A little bit of strategy there, as you can only play the top cards on those discard piles. All right, oh, I got a 3. There we go, I can go ahead and put that 3. All right, but I still don't have that 4 in order to play that 5. So we'll go ahead, check in here, only 4 cards, so we need to add 1 to make it up to 5. All right, but no luck there. Start another discard pile. All right, and that's how the game goes. We just keep playing it until one of us runs out of the cards in our stockpile. You can keep playing from your stockpile. It's only the discard decks that you can play the top number from. So the object of the game, like I said, is to get rid of that stockpile. At most, you can have 4 discard piles or 4 build piles. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll cut the game here and get back to what we were doing. All right, so what'd you think? I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you're considering adding Skip-Bo to the repertoire of your card games. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite card game is and what you guys are playing this week. All right, until next time, take care.